Ever wonder what people do what they do? Why we feel the way we feel? Welcome to Captivating World of Psychology, the science of understanding the human mind and behavior.
Psychology at its core is the scientific study of the mind and behavior. It's about understanding how we think, feel, learn, and interact with the world around us.
Psychology isn't just about therapies. It touches every aspect of our lives, from our relationship to our careers to our health.
Psychology is a vast field with many different perspectives, each offering a unique way to understand the human experience. Some key perspectives include physical, focusing on the brain, limbs, and nervous system; cognitive, examining how we think, remember, and solve problems; behavioral, emphasizing how we learn through rewards and punishment; psychodynamic, exploring the unconscious mind and early childhood experience; humanistic, highlighting personal growth, self-actualization, and the importance of being your best self.
Psychology study a wide range of topics including developmental psychology, how we change our growth throughout our lives; social psychology, how we interact with and are influenced by others; clinical psychology, understanding and treating mental health disorder; cognitive psychology, how we think, learn, and remember; educational psychology, how people learn in educational setting.
Psychology is a journey of discovery, a quest to understand the complexities of the human mind. Whether you're interested in career psychology or simply want to learn more about yourself, the world of psychology has something to offer everyone. And so, are you ready to unlock the mysteries of human mind?
Ever wonder why you do what you do? Why you feel what you feel? It all starts with this incredible 3-pound universe inside your head, your brain. Welcome to the fascinating world of neuroscience and behavior.
Neuroscience and behavior is the study of how your nervous system, that's your brain, spinal cord, and all those nerves, controls everything you think, feel, and do. It's like being a detective, figuring out how the brain's wiring creates your unique experience of the world.
Scientists in this field explore everything from the tiniest molecules in your brain to the most complex human behaviors.
Let's start with the basic. Neurons. They are the brain super tiny messenger. They are communicate with each other through electrical and chemical signal, creating pathway that shape your thoughts and actions.
Different areas of your brain have different jobs. The frontal lobe helps with your decision making, and the temporal lobe process sound and memories, and so on. It's a team effort.
Chemicals called neurotransmitter are also key. Dopamine makes you feel good, serotonin affects your mood, and endorphins help you deal with pain. It's like a brain chemistry set.
Why it is important? Because understanding the brain helps us solve some of the biggest challenges in health and society.
Neuroscience research leads to new treatments for mental health disorders like depression and anxiety, helps people recover from brain injuries, and even improves how we learn and remember new things.
Here are a taste of what happening neuroscientists today. Number 1, scientists are exploring how music can boost brain function. Number 2, virtual reality is using to treat anxiety disorder. Number 3, researchers are studying animals' brain function to understand human behavior.
The brain is the most complex and fascinating thing in the universe, and we're only just beginning to understand its power. Neuroscience and behavior is a field full of possibilities, and it's changing the world. Are you ready to explore your brain?
A concept of developmental psychology explain developmental psychology focus on how humans grow, change across their lifespan, particularly during childhood. There are the 10 concepts that will better help understand this field.
Nature versus nurture. This debate focuses on whatever genetics, nature, or environment. Nurture plays a more significant role in development. Most psychologists agree both interact to shape behavior.
Critical period. Developmental psychologists argue that certain stage of development must occur within specific time frames to ensure proper growth. For example, language acquisition has a critical period in early childhood.
Attachment theory. This theory emphasizes the importance of a strong emotional bond between an infant and caregiver, which influence relationship throughout life secure. Attachment fosters healthier social and emotional development.
Cognitive development, stage of cognitive growth in children such as the sensor motor, pre-operational, concrete, operational, informal, operational stage, highlight how children thinking evolves from reflective action to abstract reasoning.
Social learning theory. This theory emphasizes learning through observation and imitation. Children acquire a behavior and watching others, especially through processes like modeling and reinforcement.
Zone of proximal development or ZPD. This concept refers to the gap between a child can do independently and what they can achieve with guidance. This emphasizes the role of social interaction in learning.
Moral development. The stage of moral development describe how individuals progress from a basic understanding in right and wrong to more complex ethics. Reasoning. Children involved from focusing on personal consequences to higher order principles like justice.
Temperament. This refers to biologically based tendency in how children respond to their environment. Temperament can affect a child's emotional reaction, attention, and behavior, influencing their development across different stages.
Resilience. Resilience involves the ability to cope with stress and adversity. Children who develop resilience are better equipped to overcome challenges thanks to supportive relationship, self-regulation, and adaptability.
Developmental milestone. These are behaviors or skills typically seen in children as they grow, such as walking, talking, or problem-solving tracking. Milestone helps in assessing if development is on track or if intervention is needed. These concepts provide a framework for understanding how children develop physically, cognitively, emotionally, and socially. By recognizing these factors, we can better support and guide individuals through each critical stages of growth, ensuring healthy and well-rounded environment. Behavior is an aspect of human and animal life, and psychologists have devised various theories to explain why we act the way we do. Two significant theories in psychology are operant conditioning and classical conditioning. What is classical conditioning? Classical conditioning is a type of learning that links a neutral stimulus with a response. Imagine a dog who always gets excited when it sees a food bowl. In classical conditioning, a bell could be rung every time the dog is fed. After a while, the dog associates the bell with food, and just ringing the bell makes the dog excited even if there's no food inside. In simpler terms, classical conditioning is like a training the brain to connect two things that may not naturally be linked. It's about learning to expect something based on previous experiences.
How operant conditioning works. Operant conditioning, on the other hand, is about associating behavior with consequences. If you get good grades, you might get praise or rewards. If you break a rule, you might face punishment. This process involves reinforcement and punishment to encourage or discourage certain behaviors.
In operant conditioning, behavior are strengthened or weakened by the consequences that follow them. It's a bit like a case in effect relationship. Do sometimes good get rewarded, sometimes bad face consequences.
Now that we know that each type of conditioning is, let's highlight some key differences between them. Focus on stimulus and response. Classical involves associating neutral stimulus with a response. Operant focuses on the relationship between behavior and consequences.
Learning process. Classical learning by association, operant learning by reinforcement or punishment, voluntary versus involuntary. Classicals often involuntary responses, operant involves voluntary behaviors.
Timing of stimulus and response. Classical, the stimulus comes before response. Operant of consequences comes after behavior.
Real-world example. Let's look at real-life example to better understand this concept. Classical conditioning. Think about how you might feel hungry response when you smell your favorite food stimulus. Operant conditioning. Consider how you study hard behavior to get good grades, reward, or how you might refrain from texting in class behavior to avoid detention punishment.
Why does it matter? Understanding these conditioning methods is crucial because they help explain why we behave the way we do, whether it's training a pet, teaching a new skill, or trying to change our new habits. Knowing how classical and operant conditioning work can be a powerful tool.
In the world of psychology, classical conditioning associates stimuli with response, while operant conditioning links behaviors with consequences. These theories, although different, help us comprehend the intricate web of behavior that shape our lives.